friends, followers, fans, families, foodies, and flatulence. I am here to finally share my biggest empath secrets with you. How to become an empath in just a weekend. Oh, and a note from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by the letter F. So let's begin. First thing that you must do if you want to become an empath quickly is have a very shocking experience. You must have a very shocking experience, the kind of experience that makes you jump out of your skin. Some very good examples, some very good options are a car accident or fighting with a bear. Now do keep in mind you do have to stay alive, so it has to be dangerous but not too dangerous. The most important thing is that you end up very, very traumatized so that you kind of float above your body. So you get very spaced out, and so that when you do that, you feel all the energy. You are in the oneness. You do not want to get back in your body. Do not get back in your body. You stay in the oneness. Stay afloat. Stay pure. Stay in the energy. So that is the first step. The second step, repeat to yourself, I am an empath. 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 Say this at least 3,000 times a day, because as you know, affirm it and it shall be. It's all up here. This is the essence of the law of attraction. You think it and it will become. So you have to think it. You have to think, I am an empath, and it will happen. Very important. The third thing is you must avoid at all costs. I cannot stress this enough. You have to avoid at all costs being mindfully present. Being mindfully present will destroy your empath essence that you're carefully crafting. You do not want to do this. You do not want to be mindfully present. You do not want to feel your feelings at any cost. It's very dangerous. Don't do this. Stay in the floaty space. Stay flying around like this. Yes, do it with me. Spread your arms. Feel the energy. And float. And float. And float. Ooh. Now you might want to pause the video here and just practice that for a few minutes. Very, very important to stay afloat. Stay afloat. Do not feel your feelings. Do not be present with yourself. You must avoid that at all costs. And you must stay wounded. Stay wounded. That is very important because as you have read, empaths are the wounded healers. So for you to be an empath, you have to be wounded. Okay? Be very wounded. Let me tap deep into my empath wisdom to share more steps to how you can become an empath in just a weekend. Let me just take a moment to just float into the space to grab the wisdom for you. I'll be right back. Now, the biggest thing you must do is you must obsess about other people. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? 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 Now, some people might say that when you're so obsessed with other people, you have empathy. Not necessary at all, my friends. You can be focused on other people and you can simply think about them and what they think of you. So you can be obsessed and focused, but you don't have to really have empathy. You can just be like, oh, what is Danielle thinking about me? What is Sarah thinking about me? What is Dan thinking about me? How is Barbara feeling about me? How is Bob feeling about me? See, you're doing all this thinking and feeling about all these other people. But it's about something meaningful, which is how do they feel about you? Because this is ultimately the most important thing. As an empath, you need to develop this power net, this, flying circus ability, power to figure out how other people are feeling about you. Because why else would you be an empath? What's the point, right? So you can do this just fine. There will be people who say that empaths have compassion, but you do not need compassion at all. Now, technically, when you do this, and you can definitely do this in a weekend, technically you're not actually an empath. You are what I would call energy sensitive, which is when you're floating. And you might also be a psychic narcissist, which is when you're floating and you're kind of zapping other people's positive vibes at the same time. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter because barely anyone knows the difference anyway. So you can just do this. You can just call yourself an empath, and you can go to pretty much any Reiki teacher and they will just give you an empath certificate. And that's really all you need. And from there, all you have to do is keep yelling and telling people that you're an empath and it's so hard to be an empath and what it's like to be an empath. And you can even set up services. You're basically certified. Once you've reached this level, you're basically certified to offer other people healing services and teach them more about being an empath and how to deal with being an empath and how to become an empath and just, spread the love. So, dear ones, I really hope you appreciate my teaching today. It came from a really, really deep place. And I hope that hereby I'm spreading the blessings, I'm spreading the light, I'm spreading the oneness, and I'm spreading the consciousness so that we may make this planet a more spiritual place. Now, if you've been listening to my tips and you're still struggling, it's not quite working, then what you can do is you can just take lots and lots and lots of drugs. This is what drugs are for, right? Take lots and lots of drugs. And what you can do is you just take lots of plant medicine, because those are not drugs. And when people use the D word, you just yell at them. You just yell at them a few times so they stop, and you can take your plant medicine and you can float and you can be an empath and you can be in the oneness. Now, this should really give you everything you need on how to be an empath in just a weekend. Isn't that amazing? Blessings.